I got broads in Atlanta.
Hey guys, welcome back up. You're all staying safe. I'm going to jump on this track by Spanian. This is Chaos 96. A long awaited track. I know a few of us have been waiting for me to do it for a while, but I only got back to England yesterday and it's been a bit chaotic, so chaotic. Let's jump onto it, man. Oh, that piano.
I got crooked thoughts, Freddy fingers and phantom faces. A fucking monster, blood radiates like cancer patients. I change the lengths of brainwaves into random formations. Manifest murder, motivated mans and manipulation. Saying I destroy enemies' genetic chemistry with the potential to store the force of kinetic energy. An alternate current between my hands as lightning bolts. Like I'm floating, snap another rapper's neck with mind control. Rhymes and
This is why you were waiting, wasn't it? This is some lyricism going on right now. I can't remember what he said. I think the first part were about phantoms and Freddy fingers. Freddy fingers like fucking Freddy Krueger with his burnt fingers. Then he went on and says about his blood radiating like cancer patients. So cancer patients go for radiotherapy, don't they? So it puts radiation through the blood to try and kill the cancer cells. Then he's storing kinetic energy and playing with lightning bolts and snapping people's necks just by thinking it. This reminds me a lot of K-Reno. I think I've spoke about him a few times, a guy from Texas in America. This is the sort of stuff that he does, man.
motivated mans and manipulation.
The Manson family. Manson manipulation. So the Manson family, Manson manipulated his family to do killings.
Potential to store the force of kinetic energy. An alternate current between my hands as lightning bolts.
Like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Neck with mind control. Rhymes are known to turn smiles to tears inside of pictures. Eyes dilate, lights flicker like exorcism. Direct triggers and heads start spinning like poltergeist. I'm torturized inside, so I thrive in haunted sites. Drinking cyanide, saliva from Heinrich suicide. So many.
He's doing everything that seemed possible. He's turning smiles to tears inside the picture frames. Then he's doing a whole exorcism thing, man. He's exercising himself, his head's spinning around and all sorts, man. Lights are flickering. Damn, I've told you, every time that he does a track, something is getting summoned and he's doing it again. He's even drinking the saliva of Heinrich Himmler's fucking suicide. So, he had, what were it? It was a cyanide capsule, wasn't it, that Himmler took, Hitler's right hand man. So obviously, you know, you fucking froth at the mouth, and so he's basically out there drinking that. Nothing phases this guy, is what he's saying. He ain't scared of no, he'll even drink the saliva of a dead person.
Night saliva from Heinrich suicide. So many bars in my mind, I'm institutionalized. Had epiphanies where my whole head glowed with electricity. Thoughts vocalized and I literally broke out in symphony.
No, I'm gonna have to stop it right there. Yeah. So when you have a thought, yeah, if you do it like a cartoon, you get that light bulb above his head, but you know he's thinking so much that his head's just fucking glowing. Damn. But then he says, you know, I've got so many bars inside my mind. It's like I'm institutionalized. So institutionalized is when you're inside prison. So he's got so many bars inside his mind, it's like he's institutionalized. It's like his mind's in a prison because he's got so many bars in there.
I literally broke out in symphony. I'm a war wizard from a distant planetary system, contradicting all known astrophysics, travel logistics. It cause a time rift to twist in and break symmetry with the universal balance seen in deep space imagery. Feeling gravity.
This lyricism, man.
Earth's curves, my skin flaming, approaching Earth's surface head first. Walking out of a crash site into a nuclear winter, and I mutate 1,000 years of evolution a minute, calling for human
This is some. Halsey wrote this. He's basically living in outer space. He's flying towards Earth, and his skin's burning because of passing through the ozone layer and getting into the Earth's atmosphere. Then he's landing, and then he's mutating. How's he come up with this? It's like a story. It's like a film going on right now.
winter and I mutate 1,000 years of evolution. A minute calling for human extinction, screaming a seance. Spanian, I'm a prophet to the theories of chaos. Basically, I'm possessed to speak the words of a genius. I'm hostile and rock flows like the surface of Venus. Forming meaning.
I'm hostile, the rock flows like the surface of Venus, yeah. So Venus is a hostile planet, so he's as hostile as the surface of Venus. But you know, when he said he would come into Earth like a rocket, basically, you know, he's going to cause a nuclear winter, and then he goes on to the next part about saying about the human extinction. So if there's a nuclear winter, we're gone, basically. There'd be no human race left, probably just cockroaches. No, this is some next level lyricism, storytelling, wordplay.
Like the surface of Venus, forming meaning out of the meaningless. I rise from the ground. All these rappers sleeping, there's a lot of lying around. A lot of Instagram, but the hood you never find them around. My bars hit harder than airliners in the sides of a tower.
Oh, my bars hit harder than the airliners in the side of a tower. He's talking about Twin Towers, he's talking about 9/11. So his bars are hitting harder than the planes inside of the World Trade Center. That's how hard. Then if his bars are hitting that hard, then it's gonna bring destruction. It's gonna bring chaos, like 9/11, where chaos. Damn. We said, you know, these guys are all on fucking Instagram, talk about being in the hood. They're never there. Yeah, and all these guys are fucking sleeping on him. There's a lot of lying around, so when you're fucking sleeping, you're laying down. But you know, but he's talking about people out there, all these rappers out there lying about what they're saying in a track, like when they're lying on Instagram. This is some next level stuff right now.
In the sides of a tower until we impact with a time that no longer exists, where past men stood in awe of a solar eclipse and looked past the storm clouds as the heavens thundered. Within my fist I encompass the world's many wonders. From the love to the pain felt by war crime victims, from reality to the dreams that all died with them. With the intelligence of something you would call science fiction, I see with the precision of Hawkeye vision, and that's years before.
I see with the precision of Hawkeye vision. Those hawks have got some vision, man. This is just a track about him being able to do the impossible. This is just a track about him being a god, basically. Doing everything that defines logic. He can do whatever he wants, when he wants, where he wants. Cause as much destruction and chaos as he wants.
Vision, and that's years before Earth's plates even shifted. Life was stuck in the lakes. I was trilobite fishing off the edge of the earth, in tune with my surroundings. I navigated the skies, I drew maps and found things that can't be explained by the laws of natural phenomena. I shake the mountains and crush the mind of a commoner. You see me?
Well, you're crushing my mind, so I must be a commoner. He's basically saying he's been here forever. I can't say it enough times. He's doing the impossible. He were here before the plate shifted. He were here when Earth were called, well, just one continent called Pangea. Called Pangea. Before all the continents switched, so America went over there and Australia went down there and England just fucking sort of drifted in the middle. Yeah, but it was even here before life. So trilobites with a little, it was like plankton, basically, just like one cell organisms, how life form started. And he was just there fishing for them inside a lake. But it couldn't have been. Obviously, it couldn't have been because life didn't exist. They were just trilobites. He's basically just doing what God did on a track.
Mountains and crush the mind of a commoner. You see me with LED and you're thinking of monitors. I see you with infrared scope and you're thinking astronomers. I say the whole crew's hungry, you're thinking of foreigners. A lot of pressure in my life, I'm thinking barometers. The rap moving a ready computer, I break the shackles with the force of launch pad, Zach, Cape Canaveral.
Oh, hang on. You said you're thinking about a lot of pressure inside. I'm thinking of barometers. A barometer measures pressure, but he's talking about the pressure on himself and making music. So barometer, making bars, the pressure of making bars, or putting pressure on other people by his skill or lyricism. You know, putting pressure on people, barometer. Let me take it back. Let me take it back.
The rap version of Benny Puta. I break the shackles with the force of launch pads at Cape Canaveral. Chaos 96, a lot of
break those shackles, man.
I'm cracking codes backwards, deciphering patterns, reflecting in 5 dimensions off a knife, and I'm stabbing a biological weapon too fucking violent to fathom. To see me.
I don't know what goes on in this man's head. I just don't know what goes on in this guy's head at all. How does he come up with this? There's levels, there's layers to it. How do you think about putting all this together the way that he's done on this? I don't know what I'm lost for words.
A biological weapon too fucking violent to fathom. Septicemic and I'm wretched with infectious diseases. Heavily breathing, I leave you epileptically seasoned. I make a retard out of anyone that I hit. And when I clutch my fist, I crush any guns that I grip. When I'm gone, I'll be preserved in Antarctic ice floors. Images of me burnt into Nagasaki sidewalks. Until my
thinking about it, he could be talking about the Four Horsemen. What were the Four Horsemen? They were pestilence, famine, death, and war, weren't they? I think that's what they were. So So he's talking about having all different diseases, which is death. He's just been talking about Nagasaki, which were the bomb that were dropped by the Americans. You know, at the end of the Second World War. War, death, famine. That might be a massive reach, but let me just take it back just a little bit.
I leave you epileptically seasoned. I make a retard out of anyone that I hit. And when I clutch my fist, I crush any guns that I grip.
I think he's talking about the Four Horsemen, man, and the Antichrist and the return of fucking Lucifer. I've always said that he's bringing something back. Yeah, but he says that he's out there crushing guns at his grip, and you don't even need to squeeze that trigger, because if he hits you, he's giving you brain damage, or he's giving you some sort of disease, making you have epileptic fits. I might be wrong. I think I'm on the right path though.
Crush any guns that I grip. When I'm gone, I'll be preserved in Antarctic ice floors. Images of me
think I'm on the right path, man.
Until my spirit returns to human forms inside wards. Psychologically hardwired to fight in a cyber war. Hacking Star Wars, missile defense shield systems. In long distance, search and destroy kill missions. I even out the planes of asymmetric warfare. I got mental storages of Area 51's floor planes in encrypted format that self-destructs after killing me.
So he's coming back spiritually in people that are in psych wards. People that are in psych wards do things because they get told that to do stuff by either God or the devil. I might have just took an idea and run with it, but this is all panning out in my head. Anyway, he's jumping in a little bit into the future and having wars, man, breaking into the defence systems, yeah, which I think the Star Wars system, not the film, was something to do with America back in 70s or 80s, to do with missile defences and stuff like that. So it's basically playing war games. Remember the film War Games with who were in War Games now? I can't remember his name, but it was just a young kid playing games, yeah, and it was pointing missiles at Russia. So that's what he's basically doing. He's breaking into stuff and playing war games and possessing people. Not only that, he's got the floor plans at Area 51, so he's come from outer space.
Warfare. I got mental storages of Area 51's floor planes in encrypted format that self-destructs after killing me. If I coughed in your face, lad, you still wouldn't be ill as me.
A corona.
Reinforced, set in titanium. As a baby, I was raised with different races of aliens. I gave science to pagans and ancient Mesopotamians. Nowadays, I bathe in lace of unstable uranium. While my immune system develops a cure for cancer, spending them on the pinnacle of human advancements.
I don't even know where to go anymore with this track. How many views has this got? This has only got 110,000 views. This is something else. How he's put this together. He's basically saying he's done it all. He can still do it all. He's bathing in lakes of uranium while developing the cure for cancer inside his body.
A develops a cure for cancer. Spanian, I'm on the pinnacle of human advancements. It's simple, I point nines, I leave you less than a single. You point fingers, I'm on point and point chemical missiles. Fuck, this is a battle rappers till they turn into cripples. Hit them so hard, I leave them with a permanent dribble. I'm talking roof.
Hang on. I just thought of something. I'm sorry about all these stoppages, man. Let me just take that back a minute.
System develops a cure for cancer. Spanian, I'm on the pinnacle of human advancements. It's simple, I point nines, I leave you less than a single.
I point nines like a 9mm gun. I point nines and leave you less than a single, so you won't be a person anymore, yeah, because you're dead. Yeah, hang on.
Human advancements.
I point nines and leave you less than a single, but 0.9 is less than 1. 0.9. 0.9 to leave you less than a single, every single person. Then 0.9 is less than a single. A single is one. What the hell is going on?
It's simple, I point nines and leave you less than a single.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Brain damage again.
Warping distorted seconds. The force of gravity triples, causing the walls to bend in. And every thought's hysteric, leaving your form more breathless in an endemic state of systemic torture methods. I break your body into pieces, it's unspeakable pain. Intercept the nerve messages before reaching the brain. Drive by and I blow a hole in your chest with no weapon, no weed, but when I speak, it's a smoke session.
No weed, but when I speak, this is a smoke session. So basically, smoke it up, man. But I'm just fucking throwing smoke at everybody, all these battle rappers, every single person out there is getting some smoke today. He's intercepting the nerves whilst he's breaking and crushing your body before it hits your brain. Stupid. I still can't get over that 0.1 and 0.9 and pointing nines, and that is ridiculous. That is one of the hardest bars I've ever heard in my life.
It's a smoke session. Start stress and I see red through gun attachments.
Ooh, red dots.
A whole bunch of faggots to shit like stomach acid. Savage, you can find me holding shorties in the club, cause when I move in mob style, it's bodies in a rug.
When I move in mob style, it's bodies in a rug, yeah. So mob style or a dance, yeah. I'm moving mob style, it's bodies in a rug, but the mob is just rolling bodies up in a rug to get rid of them, to dispose of them, and he's turning people to shit like stomach acid. When he's pointing his gun with a red dot sight on it, he's just turning people to shit. Basically, that's what his stomach acid does. Breaks your food down and then you shit it out, man.
It's bodies in a row. I catch these keys while they sleeping. Reach for the throne. Demark the skull, causing the fucking feet to explode. I pack revolvers like hyenas, never in a state of losing. Waving pistols in the air, orchestrating chamber music.
Damn! Out there like a he's out there like a composer with his pistols in the air, like an orchestra. Damn! This is my music. This is the chamber music. This is a revolver music, man. But he talks about demacking someone's skull, yeah. So if you've seen Bloodsport, I think it was Bloodsport, or was it Bloodsport? Or was it Kickboxer? Was it Bloodsport or Kickboxer? You know, when it was something to do with a load of bricks, when you hit the top brick, all the bottom ones exploded or broke or crumbled. So he said, you know, I'm going to demack your skull. So in other words, hit you on top of your head and your feet are going to explode just like the bricks did in the film. Or was it Kickboxer? I can't remember if it was Kickboxer or Bloodsport now. I'll take it back.
The music. The fuck now, lad.
I need to go take another holiday. This were ridiculous. And then I still need to do the Wasting featuring Twisted Insane, who I know from his music that he used to make with Tech 9 is an absolute fucking beast as well, man. Right, guys, that's that one done. Tell me about everything that I missed, because I know there's a lot. I'll see you guys on the next one.